Energized show, up the Irish.
Okay, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of Energized. Ross, introduce the guests, man.
Today we have two legends of Irish MMA, both fighting out of SPG Ireland. We've got Brian the Pikeman Moore and Sinead Kavanagh. Guys, two big fights coming up. Are we excited?
Definitely,
yeah. I'm very excited. Yeah. I'm more excited than these two, Ross.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the roof get blown off the 3 Arena again. Sinead, we're going to start with yourself. Obviously, it's a rematch. The last fight got stopped early against Janae Harding. Are you looking forward to getting that one back?
Definitely. There's one on me. That's one on my list that I have to get back. So yeah, I'm looking forward to finishing off what we started, because we got put early last time. So let's get them rounds in this time.
As a fighter, how devastating is it to get that decision taken out of your hands and for a doctor to stop a fight when you feel like you're okay to continue?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like it was, I felt like hard done by. Like because the cutman was a bleeding cowboy. He was like, he got the sack afterwards.
Well, like.
Deservedly so. Exclusive, but like that is juicy.
He obviously didn't know Sinead Kavanagh's tough as nails, and that cut wasn't going to stop her. So no, we're looking forward.
It was bigger cuts from a razor, like, you know what I mean? Like it was ridiculous. I just thought it was ridiculous, like.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to that wrong being righted. Brian, obviously on your end, last time out was one of your best performances in the 3 Arena, but your performance in the octagon was only topped by the promo afterwards. Tell us about the promo. Was that planned or what happened there?
How many times did you practice that one, Brian?
Just kept practicing in the shower every morning. No, it wasn't planned. I was just fucking on a buzz after the fight, after the performance. It was a good one, and then that crowd, man, it just sends you a bit crazy. So yeah, that was just, I wasn't really planned. I just said what I wanted and it came out. But yeah, onwards and upwards onto the next one. Blow the roof off, take a head off, and blow another promo out of it.
And tell us this, when you went backstage and then you jumped on Twitter and saw Conor doing the impression of you emulating the call out. How funny was that? How many times did you replay that over and over again?
I just had to go and repeat when Conor was doing the Wexford accent. I couldn't fucking stop laughing. I was brilliant. It was just gas. But it was deadly to have like Conor, a fucking long time teammate, and both mine and Sinead's, having my back as always. So I was cool in that regard.
Yeah,
for the people tuning in now, Ross, Bellator 291 Dublin is on February the 25th. It's on a Saturday. Make sure to get on the Brian's Instagram and Sinead's Instagram for tickets. Ross,
if there's any left.
If there's any left. I doubt there's any left, but I mean, you may as well try.
No, absolutely. Sinead, one thing I want to touch on with yourself is obviously women in combat sport. Katie Taylor's coming back to fight, and Dublin, a former boxing teammate of yourself. Kelly Harrington went and got gold, and then Danny McCormick, one of your teammates, is fighting for Invicta gold soon.
Yeah.
Do you feel like combat sports on the women's side of things is as strong as it's ever been, and is it moving on leaps and bounds?
Oh, like definitely, like it's going to be a big return here for Katie, and like what does the Croke Park hold? 80,000, like something like it's going to be like crazy amount of people. So if that goes ahead, so like that just shows you where we've come in Ireland. Like I started out in a boxing club where I got told to F off, like, because you didn't take women, and then years later I went to that same boxing club, like, so that's where we went. We've headed, like,
Yeah, I suppose you don't really think of the trials and tribulations you need to go through to even get involved in the sport, let alone actually become successful at it. So I suppose that's a testament to yourself and the other women in the sport on how far you've come. And then obviously last year, probably the biggest female fight in Irish women's MMA history was yourself and Leah McCourt. Was that a really proud moment for you to fight Leah in Dublin?
Definitely, we were co-main event like of that fight, that card, like, this goes to show again, like, that we were everyone was talking about that fight, and everyone was looking forward to two women fighting on that card. Like, so, yeah, we definitely have came up like and done some good things in MMA. People will always remember that fight that we fought in the Tree Arena.
That fight
Yeah,
is definitely legendary, Ross, isn't it?
Yeah, especially considering the injury that
Yeah.
you sustained early on, Sinead, and then like still went on to win it. Like it was just insane.
Yeah.
It was insane.
That
Like
was-
I'll never forget seeing you in the Gibson rolling around in your wheelchair.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
really.
that was like the first 30 seconds that happened. Like, I tore my ACL and me hit me MCL, like, and I had two sprains. Like, so when she took me down, that happened. So I remember being on the ground. I was thinking, like, what is wrong with my leg? No, this can't be happening. Like,
But I think that made it more impressive because
Yeah.
I like you had Leah, who's a great grappler, and Sinead, who's a great grappler, but more known as a striker. I thought it was going to be Sinead win by KO. Then I seen her knee buckle, and she beat the grappler with one leg. You know what I mean? That was even like she showed so much heart that night. I think it made it even better. You know what I mean? Obviously, she had to go through an awful lot of rehab and stuff, but I think it just made the win more legendary. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a legendary win and a legendary fight. It really, really was.
Yeah.
Brian, obviously, I feel well. You've been through SBG and you've been through the sort of the highs and lows, and you know you've seen the steady flow of fighters come through. But do you feel like this current crop is almost emulating that first crop that sort of broke through? Because I feel like right now the talent at the moment and like the amount of top talent in SBG Ireland is as good as it's ever been.
I think everybody tries to kind of look at the first crop and go, is this the next? It's never going to be the next. You know what I mean? It's never going to be the same. It's just different. Do you know what I mean? The sport has moved on an awful lot since then. That first crop is the first crop. You know, we've had these next generations just going to continue. So, like, I think everybody always looks for, you know, the first guard to come around again, but it's never going to be that way. It's just we've got another crop of amazing fighters at a different different time, and there's a fantastic buzz in the gym. I've been there for over a decade now. You know, I've been with John for the very start of my career, basically, and you know, I think SPG is in an unbelievable place. You know what I mean? I love it just as much now. Actually, I love it more than when I first started. But the lads who I first started training with have a huge place in my heart. But so do the guys who I train with now. And you know, the future is certainly huge and bright for SPG at the minute.
Yeah, so from yellow mats to the monster, Brian Moore has been there through thick and thin. You know what I mean?
You still look the exact same, Brian. It's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah. So it's my moisturizer, I think, is it?
It must be. It must be. Come here. I'll ask both, and you've both given your take on it. But was there extra buzz when Conor announced he was going to do the Ultimate Fighter again? Because that must have been serious crack around the gym to know that the Mac is back again.
Yeah, I think we're all just excited. Yeah, I think we're all excited to just see him back in return. You know what I mean? He's Conor's the man, isn't he? Like, he's the original champ. He's broke records. He's changed the game. So to see him back in there is just going to be. I'm just delighted to see him having a fight in his hands. It's been a long road for him recovery wise, and he's going to come back with a vengeance. That's for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait for his fight. It's going to be amazing. Like.
Yeah, and like Michael Chandler is an unbelievable dance partner for him as well. Like you can't knock that fella either. Like
oh, you can. Wait till you see.
Well, we have a running joke that we're saying I think it'll be under 30 seconds before Conor McGregor mocks his height as they first come face to face. I feel like it's very much like the Chad Mendes fight again. I feel like some of that rhetoric will be back out there, except even more so. He's I would dare to say he's almost got funnier with age as time goes on, Conor.
Yeah, he's still an entertainer out and out, but I love that match for him stylistically. I love it for him. And like, I think it puts him straight back. Like, he's such star power that I think he could go back in there and demand the title shot for what he's done in the sport. But by putting Chandler away in round one, it'll be no doubt who's next. And I think it's a great matchup. Yeah,
I think so. I think with the landscape of the division as well, like obviously Volkanovski's fighting against Islam Makhachev. That'll probably be all said and done by the time this release. But
definitely,
like that sort of leaves that division up in the air, and I don't think there's a clear cut lightweight contender next. I know some people say Beneil Dariush, but don't think he's going to sell the pay-per-views, to be honest. So definitely not in relation to Conor McGregor pay-per-view. So it'll be very interesting to see who is next. But no, it is great to see him back, and it's great to see.
Or a welterweight against Leon.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows?
Well, Ross, this is obviously talking about Bellator, man. Like,
yeah,
well,
I know.
Well,
you know, geez, to mention the Mac is back, and it's hard not to give him 5 minutes of credit here. But Brian, tell us this one. Where do you think this fight leaves you? And were you disappointed you didn't get Leandro Higo as you called out after the last fight?
Yeah.
Look, I thought I would have got that fight, but look, it's Bellator have a plan, I'm sure. You know what I mean, and I'm just going to trust in me in that, and just keep racking up the wins. Look, at the last fight was a clean cut performance. It was, I put a lot of asses on the seats. I got the crowd going. I put on a solid performance. I'm going to do the very same again. Only I'm going to go in there with a finish. I'm just going to keep winning until they can't ignore me. That's my motto with this one. I've really enjoyed this camp. It's been fucking miserable. I've just finished on that cunt of an assault bike. So you know what I mean. It's been tough, but it's been it's a good one. But so I can't wait to get in there.
You look bad, Brian.
Oh fuck! I can barely string a sentence together. I'm still shaky and everything. But yeah, fucked. But what I'm saying is, I can't wait to get in there in 15. I can't wait to get in there in 15 days.
Brian, obviously the bantamweight Grand Prix was announced, and that's going forward. Are you looking to keep yourself active to maybe become an alternate in there? If someone does drop out at some stage, maybe you can fill one of those spots.
Well, the bantamweight Grand Prix, and it's in the final now. I got offered a slot on that, and I had to turn it down.
Yeah.
With a family matter, one of my daughters had to go for surgery, and I would have been away. And at the time, it was a worry, and thankfully, it turned out to be something which wasn't sinister after. So we're just hugely relieved. But yeah, I had to turn down $1 million chance and a chance to jump into that tournament. But I always say it's family and flag. I had to put my family first. So I'll always be looking at the top of that landscape. And I think this fight or the next puts me back in the rankings. When you're back in the rankings, you're back in with your name, in title contention. So that's the plan, lads.
No, absolutely. And look, we always love Clan Moore and Team Moore. And the chant is iconic at this stage. You know what I mean? So I hope all is well at home as well. But we think with the pull of an Irish crowd, we can always hope for Brian Moore inserting himself in the title picture anytime, because we know you're always game. So hopefully that comes around soon.
Yeah, look, I do think that I thought Bellator would cash in on put me in the co-main maybe or main card, but I think that's coming. I think that's a September gig, to be honest. But I'm patient. You know what I mean? Look, you just said it 2 minutes ago. I look the very same as I did 10 years ago. I'm not aging. I'm like Benjamin Button. No. So I'll be.
It must be working with Paul Fogarty.
He's adding years onto me. The stress of that man, honestly.
Shout out, Paul.
And then obviously Sinead, you alluded to it. You have a hit list, and I'm sure very high up on that hit list would be the one and only Chris Cyborg. Is she one that you're looking to get in there with very, very soon? And what you make of Leah's fight against Katzengano as well? Is Katzengano someone you'd also be interested in getting in there with?
Well, I have the Leslie Smith one. So I'd like to get her first, get the hand raised, which should have happened. And I'd like to get back with Cyborg. It was I know it was short and sweet, but it was explosive 2 minutes.
Yeah, the whole
I made a mistake, and she bounced off the cage. She broke my eye socket, and I went down. So I'd like to get back there. The the Leah fight, she's that's amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing that fight.
Are you surprised that was actually not a main event? I actually thought that one should be a main event on that card. I think Gollum was fighting someone else in a heavyweight fight at main event.
I don't know if it is.
No, they're the co-main event, but I think it should be the main event. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Heavyweights, just if there's a heavyweight fight, it just always seems to be just pushed for the main. event all the time, and sometimes they turn out to be a fucking disaster. But I do like that fight, to be honest. I think that is a good main event. But yeah, certainly Leah and Sagano could have certainly stepped up to be the main event too. So look, if you've got a good co-main event, Bellator putting on great cards this year. Can't complain.
Yeah. Also, James Gallagher will be back in action as well in a few weeks' time as well. That would have been
Brian's mate.
Brian's mate, yeah.
Jose, that's the thing. I've been like, I know. That's why I called out Higo. You know, I know I didn't plan it, but do you know when you're growing up, and I was a featherweight, and not growing up, but in the sport, I always wanted to fight Jose Aldo because I was a featherweight. And he's just like an Aldi version of Jose Aldo. He's like Jose. He's like Jose Aldi. Jose Aldi, do you know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to fight him, but James has him now, so I like that fight too. Do you know what I mean? It'll be a good one.
Yeah, explosive. That's explosive. I'm looking forward to that one.
I think James guillotines him. I've looked at Higo's fights. He's power on the feet, but he's scrappy. He's kind of slow as a lightweight, and he leaves he got guillotined by Caldwell. So you know, I know he's a BJ black belt. He's good grappling, but he's susceptible to it. And James is a nasty guillotine.
No, we're definitely looking forward to seeing that one. Return to the Jimmy show, Ross.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you guys are both actually in really competitive divisions. The bantamweight.
Also, I'm not sure what the story is with Cyborg. Is she coming back or not? That could make a vacant title. Like, I mean, a big win in Dublin against Sinead and a big shout.
Yeah, I wish she would just go off like somewhere. You should stay there, make it easier for us, you know. But yeah, she's doing some boxing, and I reckon she's going to come back. Yeah, she hasn't left anyway.
Yeah, I think there was a better chance of her going to maybe somewhere like the PFL if Kayla Harrison won, but I think after Pacheco won, I think that fight doesn't really hold much weight anymore. So we'll see where she goes, but like she hasn't fought in a while, so it'll be interesting to see like what she actually plans on doing.
She's calling out Cat though, like she's saying Cat stuck in her and stuff like that. Like, so I don't know. I think she's looking for a fight.
Yeah, true. Well, we'll see. Like it'll be. By the time April rolls around, she'll only have fought once in a year. So, like, we like a bit more activity from her, to say the least. But it's definitely going to be interesting. But tell us this: how many Wexfordonians are you going to be bringing up now for this fight, Brian?
Yeah, there's a raft of them coming up. There's a mad crowd. Yeah, every time I'm talking to someone, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're going up at this post. We're going up at this coach. We're going up in the train." There's a fucking heap of them going up. So yeah, it'll be noisy. But I love that. Like, you know what I mean? In fairness, I get a massive crowd from Wexford, but I get huge support from Dublin. A lot of people from Cork as well. So yeah, it's great to have so many people coming from all over the country. But you know, I love seeing the purple and gold up there all the same. As I said, it's going to be like a mini '96 all over again.
I love it. And Sinead, are we going to have a lot of Kavanaghs up there?
Yeah, I'm gonna have some piss heads coming up. That's it. They'll be there for the session, and they said they had a great time last time. Like, so, and some people came that were never at fights, and they were saying what a night he had. So all is good there.
Yeah, if you've never been to one of these events, like, I mean, you have to try it once, you know what I mean?
No, that's how I know the sport has grown, because at the last Bama fight I had, there was like a couple of hundred people from Wexford came up, and the second my fight was finished, they were gone. They were out in the town in Dublin, and I was like, "What do you think of this fight?" They're like, "Oh, we fucked off after yours," but now they stick around for the full thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you know it's after growing.
Yeah, but I suppose, like, I know some people go, "Oh, it's only an SPG only card," but like at the end of the day, at least with that, you have a vested interest throughout the entire card, because, like, you know, if you're supporting one person from the gym, you're sort of supporting all the people from the gym. And I think the last we counted, there was 13 SPG fighters on this card, which is probably unheard of. I don't think there's a gym in any promotion in the world who can put that many fighters on the one card. So that's absolutely incredible.
It's warranted.
It's the talent that the lads have. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, it's like that's why they're there. It's because of the talent, not because they've been handed it. Like,
no, you look at name any SPG fighter that doesn't deserve a spot, and that's only a tiny percentage of what turns up on our mats every week. Our mats are fucking packed. We have to use downstairs, upstairs, and in the cage. There could be 70 in a session. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, that's down to John and Dave and all the work we put in. So it's warranted.
Go on, Baz. Name one who doesn't deserve to be there.
I dare you.
wait.
Kieran Clark, man. Kieran Clark needs to get off that guy.
Yeah, Kieran Clark, like he keeps on.
And
coming
Derek
from
Kelly
behind
as
the
well.
wheel,
He
that
should be
fella.
barred as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he keeps on mauling people. He's not giving them a chance. He's not giving them a
He's doing
chance.
60s. He's doing featherweight this fight. I'm like looking at him saying, thinking, how are you gonna make this?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
He'll be the same as you, Sinead.
Yeah, it's crazy, like crazy. He's like he's a massive man. Like I don't know how he's gonna make it.
When I come up to fights and when I'm at bantamweight and like with about 2 weeks to go, I'm like, fuck, I should have picked featherweight. I should have went back up to 145. But then I look at Darren, I'm like, no, I'm all right where I am. Fuck this.
So guys, just to wrap things up, Brian, how do you send this Italian home? Will you send him home eating pizza or pasta, or will you have to eat it through a straw?
His teeth. He'll be fucking eating his teeth. That's what I'll do. But I'm gonna put him away in round 1 or 2. Like I'm on a different level for this one. I'm using 2 sparring partners a session. I'm doing Shark Tanks. I'm just putting in more work than ever, smarter work than ever, and you shall see. I can't wait. You're going to see the best version of me so far. The last fight was good. This will blow it out of the water. Wait till you see.
No, absolutely. And Sinead, I assume you never want to leave it in the hands of the judges. They've robbed you a few times. So are we stopping Sinead this time without the doctor?
Yeah, I haven't been the luckiest in fights. Like so, yes, we're going for the finish. Hopefully, round 2.
Yeah, let's bring the moniker Sinead KO Kavanagh to life, and let's
Sinead, I bet you a tenner. I tell you what, I bet you a tenner. So who gets the quickest finish? All right.
Yeah.
These broad deals in the big books, €10.
The big books.
Might get you a point in the Gibson afterwards.
Might.
On how much. But guys, thanks a million for coming on. Really enjoyed this. It was great crack chatting to the two of you. Look,
A few technical issues beforehand as well.
Yeah, a few technical issues, but look, we got it all sorted in the end. 2 legends of the game, like we said. You guys are going to smash it come fight night. Lots of love and respect for you guys. So thanks a million for your time. For those watching this at home, make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification to not miss any Energized content. And as always, stay energized.
Energized show, up the Irish. Been sussing you guys a couple of times. I've seen a couple of clips. I think you've done some interviews with Dylan Moran and that I saw. So keep going, keep up the good work, guys.